Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Christine Osceola. I am a franchise specialist with FranNet. I will be recording this webinar, so I will send it to everyone when we are finished, and if anybody needs to send it to someone, please let me know. So, who is FranNet? FranNet has been around for over 29 years. We have over 80 offices. We have 3 in Germany, and we just opened 1 in England. We help potential entrepreneurs find a franchise that fits their profile at no cost to them. At the end of this presentation, we will have questions. If you're interested to learn more about 1-800 water damage, I will be more than happy to put you in touch with Ken, and we'd need you to fill out a personal franchise assessment if I don't already have one. Now I'll introduce you to Ken Osnes.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Appreciate you taking the opportunity here to learn a little bit about our brand. And you can see my face here to go with the voice that you hear. And I won't take a ton of your time today. Just want to give you a good overview about what our company is all about and let you know how maybe it might be something that might be a good fit for you. I truly think, as the tagline says at the bottom, that you'll understand as we get through this today that we provide everything needed to start a great business, just add water. Now, it's certainly not quite that simple, but we have simplified the process and the things that oftentimes create a lot of fear and intrepidation for people to get into business because they worry about the risk or the money that they're laying out. And so as we walk through here, I'm going to talk to you about our team, and I can promise you, as it says at the bottom here, that we are investing in your success. I think you'll have a stronger understanding of what that truly means as we take a look at some of this. You know, buying a business can be an expensive and risky venture, but it can also obviously be exciting and rewarding, be your own boss, control how much money that you're going to make, and those types of things. However, because it can be risky, wouldn't it be awesome if there was some way that you could maximize the reward and excitement but somehow minimize the risk and expense? What if a franchise was willing to put their money where their mouth is? And the big question that I have for you is, would you spend $79,000 on a business if someone would invest $250,000 to ensure your success and then promise to refund 100% of your investment if the business underperformed? Now you may be thinking, yeah, right, but who on earth would ever do something like that? Well, let me introduce you to 1-800 water damage, the closest that you're ever going to come to launching your own business by using other people's money. We're so confident in our business model that we offer what we call the right fit guarantee. If after 1 year you choose to exit the business, you decide this isn't the right opportunity for you, we will refund 100% of your $79,000 investment. No ifs, ands, or buts. And understand how confident we feel and why we're so confident. You need to understand a little bit about our parent company. Our parent company, Belfour, is the world's largest property restoration company. They have over 300 offices worldwide in 30 countries around the world. There are more than 7,000 employees worldwide who cover 90% of the global insurance market, taking care of major hurricanes, the tsunamis in Southeast Asia, the Chilean earthquakes, hurricanes all across the United States, along with a lot of different major businesses like the Walmarts and Sheratons and other people like that. Belfour has revenue that exceeds $1.5 billion a year. You'll see the third one down on the left. It says our assets include the largest fleet of remediation equipment around the world. If you want to learn a little bit more about our company, we were on the TV show Undercover Boss in the very first season of that show, and there's some great things about the company that you'll learn, and you'll learn about this man here, Sheldon Yellen. Sheldon's a very unique individual. He was raised in Detroit, on the streets of Detroit. Family grew up on welfare. He didn't graduate from high school, but today he's the CEO of a large international company. And when we launched this business, we have 2 other franchises. One's called Ducks, one's called Hoods. He said, I don't want to start another franchise company, a traditional style franchise company. I want you guys to figure out a way that we can help the undercapitalized or the nervous person who doesn't want to invest all of their money and they're fearful about that. How can we help that person get the break that they need, partner with them, and ensure their success? So we sat down and we started thinking about what kind of opportunity could we create that would be able to allow somebody to be invited into what we're doing from a large-scale global opportunity, but also have the control and the success on the local level. And so we came up with a very unique business model for 1-800-WATER damage under the umbrella of Belfor. Now, I mentioned a moment ago that we have 3 brands now. We have Ducks, which is an indoor air quality duct cleaning company, and about 6 years ago we started a company called Hoods, which cleans kitchen exhaust systems in restaurants, hospitals, universities. They also do large pizza oven cleaning for large pizza chains all around the country. And now, just a few months ago, we started 1-800-WATER damage. Now, I'll give you a little bit about the background of 1-800-WATER damage. 2005, it actually was a company started in Seattle, Washington. In 2015, we acquired 26 franchise locations that were open. And then within 6 months, we relaunched, redesigned this entire system and came up with this very unique opportunity, which I'm going to walk you through here in a moment. And so it was just earlier this year. We have our first training class going on right this second. So if you've ever been excited about getting in on kind of a ground floor opportunity, this could be it. But let me talk to you about the business model, the role of the franchisee, the vehicles and equipment, the franchise fee and funding, and the next steps in the discovery process if you're interested. What we're looking for is a business partner who will have 3 things. One, you're going to need the $79,000 for the initial investment. That doesn't mean that there aren't some funding mechanisms that we can help with, whether it be a loan or a 401k program that Christine could help you with. But initially, you're going to need the $79,000. We want you to have one passion and one skill. The passion is the desire to help people through some of the most difficult moments of their life as they have a lot of their possessions floating perhaps in a basement somewhere. The skill is the ability to build relationships, to build a referral network. Now, in exchange, what we will do is invest $250,000. That's just in year 1 alone to launch the business. I'll break that down in a moment. We provide exceptional training and continual support, and then we split the profits with you as the business owner as our partner. Now, I mentioned earlier, this is an opportunity really unlike anything that you're going to find today. There's a total investment of $79,000. After such time, or after that investment, we're going to provide you with the service vehicle, an equipment package which is well over $100,000. We're going to lease the office space. We're going to pay for your business insurance, your auto insurance. We provide tremendous back office support. You can imagine, think about being a doctor and all the medical paperwork that they have to fill out, and they have entire teams that take care of that. Well, that can be true also in the restoration business. We're dealing with a lot of insurance companies. We take that weight off of your back and not have to burden you with all that paperwork. There's a slight misprint here. Additional bonus income, it's actually $30,000 all in year 1 that we're going to provide to you to just cover some of your personal expenses in year 1. There's a profit sharing that's basically let's just call it a 60-40 split between the franchise company and yourself. Obviously, there's strong resale value in this. We can offer you personal medical coverage, 401k plan. There's tremendous referral work from our Belfor company. And so that's a little bit about the general idea. We can certainly dive into that if you want to learn more. Our territories are 3 to 7 times larger than the industry competitors. Our territories are 350,000 population. Now, many people say to me in the restoration world they've heard of a company called ServPro. ServPro is the world's 2nd largest restoration company, Belfor being the first. ServPro's territories are 70,000 population. We wanted to make sure that ours were significantly larger to be able to build a great opportunity, whether it's in New Jersey, whether it's in Pennsylvania, wherever that is. We have a strong referral network. We have an outbound call center where we're going to call about 40 businesses every week on your behalf. We're going to be calling the people in the blue section down at the bottom, insurance agents, adjusters, program managers, claims departments. We're going to be talking to whether it be property managers or contractors in your local area like plumbers and other folks. Anybody that could be a potential referral partner, we will call and set up appointments for you to go in and close a relationship to get referrals there. We also have a 24-hour inbound call center, which obviously supports our website links and all the things that we're doing there. Our core services are this. We want you to focus on water extraction, structural drying, mold remediation, and carpet cleaning. And then there's other sides of the business like property reconstruction. Say after a fire, there's obviously you have to go in and clean out the water and get everything back in shape, but then there's going to be reconstruction. Well, a lot of that is going to be very difficult to do. We have our parent company, Belfor, which would have an office near you that could step alongside you to take care of those particular issues. Our franchisees, most of them have no background whatsoever in this industry. They have those two things that I mentioned earlier. They have a passion to help people, and they have the skill to be able to build relationships. You'll notice along the side there's folks from lumber yard management to engineering, chemical engineering, banking, healthcare, IT management. There are very few people who have any background in the restoration world, but obviously we can provide that expertise and help you become an expert in this. Our role for you as a franchise owner is going to be managing your employees, doing the sales and marketing. You're going to hire 1 to 2 employees to start, and they, as you, are going to need a passion to help people and to build relationships. But the key thing for you is going to be on the management side and the relational side while you send technicians out to do this work ultimately. Talk a little bit about the franchise equipment package. Here you see kind of some pictures of what it is that we've branded as our equipment package. 1-800-WATER damage, we're going to provide you with the service truck, as mentioned here, all the equipment that some of it's built into the truck, some of it is just contained in the truck. It's a large amount of equipment, 10 dehumidifiers, 50 air movers, 5 air scrubbers, all sorts of things that you're going to need to build a good-sized business, probably up to about $500,000 in business before you'll need another truck. Some additional things, just talking about the safety equipment, the small tools, the consumables, the office supplies and furnitures and furnishings and those sort of things. Our franchise fee is $79,000 for a single territory. If you have an interest in a double territory or a 4-pack, you'll see the prices that are available for that there. But let's talk specifically about the cost associated with starting a franchise. You'll notice in the gray column in the middle, if you wanted to launch your own traditional style restoration franchise, you're going to need an additional $50,000 for a service vehicle, $100,000 for equipment, up to $20,000 for your office lease and furnishings, $30,000 to $50,000 for your back office needs, insurance, and there's no guarantee whatsoever that you'll make any money necessarily in year one. Now you may, and we hope you will, but there's no guarantee. With 1-800-WATER damage, you'll notice we've minimized all the cost here. We have $0 all the way down until there's the $30,000 that we guarantee you. And as I mentioned, the change I need to make here is that's all in year one, not split out into year 1 and year 2. So in the middle column, you have $250,000. Let's imagine you needed to do a loan for $250,000. If it was a 5-year loan at 8% interest, over that time you're going to be close to $364,000 that you've laid out for this business without ever, you need to pay yourself back for that before you ever get to the point where you're moving toward profitability. Well, we wanted to make sure that the 1-800-WATER damage minimized that risk, got you back to the surface level much, much quicker. Instead of having $364,000 and the long-term risk of whether the business will make it, it's a short-term risk, $79,000. You're going to be guaranteed to get $30,000 of that back immediately in year 1. So it really comes down to about a $49,000 investment that you're making into this business. Now, obviously, there are a lot of funding methods. You could use home equity. You could use some money that you've saved. You could use some retirement accounts, a reluctant family member perhaps to help you out. It's a lot of different ventures, but we have, obviously, the folks who are going to pay with cash, or maybe they'll do a 401k rollover or loan program, which, as Christine can tell you certainly more about those options, and we can work with you on those as well. Once again, we are looking for a business partner who's going to invest $79,000. We're going to train them, teach them how to do this business, but they're going to need to have those two intangibles, a desire to help people and the skill and ability to build relationships. In exchange, we're going to invest over $250,000 in year 1 alone to launch the business. We have amazing, exceptional training that Belfor gets for their employees, and we'll have that for all of the 1-800-WATER damage franchisees as well. And then we're going to split the profits. And as I mentioned, don't forget the right fit guarantee, the 100% refund of your franchise fee if after 12 months you decide this isn't the right business for you. Now, as I said, the big question is, would you be willing to spend $79,000 if someone would invest $250,000 to ensure your success and promise to refund 100% of your investment? Now, they say whoever said there are no guarantees in life. Well, this is about as close as you're going to come in that particular opportunity. So What would happen next if you decided that this is something that you're interested in learning more about is Christine will get your information over to me. We'll talk about next steps, give you some more information about the brand, be able to review the franchise disclosure document. We'll be able to let you talk with franchisees around the country to know a little bit more about how they feel about our business here. We'll discuss territory options and availability in your market. And then ultimately, within about a month or so of our beginning this process, is you'd be invited to come to our Meet the Team Day here in Ann Arbor, Michigan at our home office. And shortly after that, you'd begin to be in our training program and open your business. So I'm excited to talk with you further about this opportunity. I know Christine is as well. And there's Christine's number and her email address and all the things that you'll need to learn a little bit more about it. But we'd certainly be excited to talk with you and help you know more about who we are and what we're doing.
The conference has been unmuted.
With that, that's the information I have for you. Yeah, go ahead, Christine.
Thank you very much, Ken. I appreciate it. Does anyone have any questions for Ken?
I couldn't have been that thorough. I'm sure somebody wants to know something.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Okay.
So regarding the finances, you said like $79,000 is a franchisee fee. With that $30,000 is guaranteed in the first year, and then you showed in the curve that $364,000 or something like that. So can you explain me a little bit more on that long-term risk?
Well, there really isn't much long-term risk because the only amount of money that you're ever going to have to spend out of your own personal checkbook here is the $79,000. Mm-hmm. We provide when you need a second vehicle and all those kinds of things. We'll provide those. They're a business expense, obviously, but they're not a personal expense out of your pocketbook. For example, I'll put it to you this way: Imagine that you're a 22-year-old kid and you said, I'm not going to go to college, I don't know what I want to do with my life, and your rich uncle says to you, why don't we find a business for you and let's become business partners? And you go, well, I don't have any money. And he goes, I got the money. Well, I never run a business. I don't know how to do this business. Well, I'll teach you how to do this. You're basically going into business, in our case, where your rich uncle is us, 1-800-WATER damage. We're partnering with you for the success of this business. The business model is very similar, if you're familiar at all, with the Chick-fil-A business model. You know, you want to buy a McDonald's, they tell you if you don't have $1 million in the bank, don't even talk to them. But with Chick-fil-A, for about $25,000 to $50,000, you can become the managing operator, owner of the Chick-fil-A restaurant, and they partner with you in building the restaurant, paying for the equipment, and all those kinds of things, and you work on a profit-sharing split with the company. So back to my illustration about the uncle, obviously we're saying, okay, your uncle says I'll pay all the money, but he's going to say, but as we make money, we're going to make money together, and we'll split the profits. Does that help a little bit?
Yep, I got it. Basically, it's a business expense. It's not like something that we need to take it out of our pocket. I got it. And next question. You guys have anything in tri-state area, these franchises, or no? Only, I think in the map you're only showing the Washington and then those surrounding areas, Washington State rather.
Oh no, we have franchise locations all across the country. We currently have about 27 franchise locations that are in operation, but we'll have 400 to 500. And in New Jersey, for example, we have 2 locations in New Jersey presently, but there's a lot more territory available in New Jersey and then in Pennsylvania and New York as well.
Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for the
Thank you.
information. Yep.
Anyone else have any other questions? No? I have a question about New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I currently live in northern New Jersey, but I'm interested in relocating to southern New Jersey. I don't know what you have available in that area.
We have a franchisee that is over on the Jersey Shore, but I don't have the map in front of me. But there's area. I want to say Tom's River, kind of slightly above Tom's River and south. All of that is open, if I remember correctly. And then you get, in toward the interior of the state, over toward, Princeton and some of those other areas. Those are wide open as well. So we can certainly get you some information and let you know exactly what's open. But as I said, there's only 2 operating presently, so we have a lot of room available in New Jersey.
Okay. What would I do? Contact Christine on that?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good place to start, and then she can get that from me, and I'll get that to you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any other questions?
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey also, northern New Jersey, and there's opportunity available still in northern New Jersey?
Yeah, we have a small sliver of the area that I believe the gentleman is around Passaic. So there's territory all along the river and all along the New York state line to the north. There's good territory available up there, and it's a small territory that's in operation there as far as comparison to the rest of northern New Jersey.
And how about middle to the western part of New Jersey, northern New Jersey?
Yeah, everything other than that territory in Passaic, and then somebody over on the Jersey Shore. Those are the only ones that are in operation. Everything else is wide open in New Jersey presently.
Okay, thank you.
I will be sending everybody the recording when we're finished. And also, as I said earlier, if we have a personal franchise assessment from you, we will just connect you with Ken. If not, we would need you to fill out an assessment first, and then you can speak to Ken. So is there any other questions?
Yeah, Ken, another question here for you. So you mentioned it's the $79,000 you got to come up with, right? So now I'm growing this business, and it's looking good. So as I expand my one territory, I know if I have to buy another territory, I got to come up with more money, right? But if I keep expanding my territory and I need another van, you provide the van, I don't have to buy the van, is that correct?
Yeah, it kind of works this way. That's a great question. Traditionally, if you were owning your own business and you'd say, okay, I need a second vehicle, you may say, well, I need to go to the bank and get a 5-year loan and do that. Well, by the time you build out a vehicle like the one we have in a traditional kind of model, you spend about $65,000 on the vehicle with all the vehicle wrap and all the equipment that's in it. You go to the bank, they tell you, okay, you're going to need $10,000 down, and then we can do a 5-year loan at 8% interest for you. And obviously that starts to add up. Well, here's how it works with us. You call up the company and say, hey, I'm knocking it out of the park. I'm really busy. I need another truck. We get you another service truck. And instead of costing $65,000, it only costs $50,000 because we buy these vehicles in bulk from Ford. As I mentioned earlier, we have the largest fleet of vehicles in the restoration world. So it's only a $50,000 vehicle. You're not having any money out of pocket, and you're not having the exorbitant interest rates that you would have that would drive the cost up more. It simply becomes a cost of good that over 5 years your business would be paying the vehicle off, but nothing out of pocket and no additional cost, and a vehicle is probably about $15,000 less than it would be otherwise.
All right. So when you say nothing out of pocket, though, it's still I'm basically paying for it. It's just coming out of the profits that I'm making, so I would take less that month because money's being
technically it's coming out of
towards the van.
Yeah, technically it's coming out of the profits that you and 1-800-Water Damage are making. It's not all on your shoulders. And then after all those expenses are paid, then we're left over with our profit, and that's where we split the profits. So we're invested in this as much as you are in this entity. It's not like, oh, no, that's your cost. That's from your profits. I know it's a little hard to get, to completely grasp, but got it.
I'm kind of getting the concept now. So as long as we're sharing, I gave you the $79,000. Boom, I'm up and running. You get me trained, teach me. I'm out there. I got to get a crew. Hire one or two people. Because I don't want to be out there cleaning up the mess, right? I mean, my goal is to build this business and have and expand this, right? To have several people working for me. And I'm assuming you don't really want the general franchisee. You don't expect do most of the owners are out doing the cleanups, or pretty much they're just running the business and they got their people doing the cleanups?
The ultimate plan is that you're going to be doing exactly as you described, that you want to run the business. Now, that's what we want you to do as well. However, one caveat. We think it's important as you start the business within the first few months, you need to have street cred with your employees, and you need to have an understanding as to what this is. So you're a resident expert. So your guys go, he's never even done this. He doesn't know what we're doing. We can do whatever we want. But we know that at the same, so you need to be seen by Mrs. Smith as this guy knows what he's talking about. But there's no way you can build the kind of business that you want or that we want you to build if you're schlepping it out there every single day in a truck, sucking up water in somebody's place. So within short order, your business is going to be doing
unmuted.
exactly what it is that you've described, where you're the business guy, you're the face of the franchise, but when you get work, you're sending your technicians out in a truck.
Okay. Now, as far as the marketing, so would I be out marketing pretty much, or we as a team are doing it, or is pretty much all the leads are coming in from the franchisor and I'm just waiting for the leads to come in? How does that? Do I got to come up with my own website?
No. We have a website. 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE is our website. It's actually, we just put the brand new website up last week. We replaced the old one that was there, and we have an outbound call center where we're going to be calling and helping you to set up appointments with those people who would refer you. We have a lot of connections in the insurance world because of Belfour. Belfour is the Coca-Cola of the restoration industry, so they know who we are. So we'll be calling and talking to an insurance adjuster, say, hey, we're calling you from Belfour Property Restoration. We have a brand new business we've opened up in your area called 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE. Want to know if we can have our guys stop by and talk to you next week. So it's not a cold call deal, but yes, ultimately, we're putting you in that market to be the face of, you may know people, you're walking at the grocery store, you've lived in your area, you can build that network, but we're helping you build that network. But the primary role, as I said, we want from you is you need to be the guy that people say, I want to work with him because I trust him.
Right. Okay, good.
So,
thank you very much.
Yep.
Does anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. I was wondering, you said the profit split is about 60-40. Does it ever increase from there, or it just maintains?
No, that's pretty much what, maybe someday they may change the model and say if somebody wants to buy it out, but in essence that's kind of the way it remains the same. Where you have value, for example, in increased value is, we wanted to make sure that after you built up this business, let's say you're doing $2 million in sales annually, and you're putting $250,000 in your pocket, okay, your personal bank account. And after, say, 5-6 years, you decide you want to go do something else. We wanted to make sure you had something to sell. And so what you would do is you would sell this business for 2.5 to 3 times what you're earning. Typically, as a service-based business, let's say 3 times. If you're making $250,000, you could sell it for $750,000, but you never had more than a $79,000 investment. So there's a piece to be able to sell, but in terms of the profit sharing split, it doesn't increase beyond that. It's basically our partnership here, where because of the fact that we've invested so much on the front end and throughout the rest of it, because we do continue to invest in, we continue to pay your lease and all these kinds of things, even during the lean times. If you're going, man, I'm having a hard time making payroll, we're your rich uncle, as I said earlier, that's helping you make and meet those payroll obligations, etc.
Oh, okay. Last question. Now, what if you already have an office leased already?
You mean if you personally have a lease or an office that would fit what we're doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We as long as it meets the specifications of what we're doing, we're basically looking initially at about 1,200 square feet of kind of back warehouse kind of space where there's a place to park a vehicle. If you have something available, or you owned a space, we can certainly work with that. Most of our folks are going to say, I don't know where I find a place, what do I do? And that's why we work with Keller Williams Commercial Real Estate all across the country to help us source those best options and places. But if you have something, we're wide open to be in discussion about that, absolutely.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
One other quick question. Maybe I missed it when you said earlier. As far as the billing, is the home office doing all the billing, so we're not even actually doing the billing or collecting the money, or as an individual franchisee we are?
Well, it'll be a combination of both of those things, but in general, 80 to 90% of this work is coming from your insurance agent, right? You have homeowners insurance, and then there's State Farm agent, and there's paperwork to be filled out, all sorts of things. We want to take as much of the pain and agony of the administrative side of the business off your hands. You could be stuck in an office for 3 or 4 hours a day filling out paperwork in some instances. So we have an office staff that's going to help you on that. That doesn't mean they take all of it off your shoulders, and obviously you're going out and doing estimates and all those things in the field, and you're filling some things out, but they're there to kind of double check your work, take care of some of the submission for you. But as far as we have accounting people that help and all those things, but you're our business partner, so you have access to all of that. It's not like you're, I'm just an employee of these guys. No, I'm technically the owner, the co-owner of this business. So you have full access to everything, and as much of that as you want to take on your shoulders, you can. But I found in life there are 3 kinds of people: administrative-minded, operational, and salespeople. Our goal here is to take as much of the administrative off your shoulders. The operational side will ultimately fall on your employees, and we want to be able to unleash you to do the sales side as much as you can every single day.
I like the concept.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Great, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you very much, Ken. I will be following up with everyone. If there's anything you need, you can contact me anytime. Thank you again, Ken, and everyone have a great afternoon.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you, Christine. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.